Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co., and we're about to start week 4 of the vlog, sort of. We're going to get to all the caveats in a second, but first I want to show you this, because this room basically, this is the family room. It's one of the 2 rooms I haven't done yet in my massive cleanup situation. You can see why for this room. The 2 rooms are basically the basement, my studio. I have not done a massive cleanup there. And then this room is basically the Lego/game overflow section, where I've been putting games here before I cleaned up the basement. So I'm just kind of showing this right now. I'll give you, I guess, because you're about to see the basement. It made me think of this because you're about to see the basement, which is also like the studio basement, which is also the area which hasn't been cleaned yet. And I kind of want to give you some, I guess, background on that. And I want to show you that because I'm in the middle of cleaning it up slowly. So I want to get like a before now. The other is, again, like, you know, kind of, this is the studio area. So we got games on the floor, games on the floor, games on the chair, games on the floor, games on the floor, games on the table, more games on the table, more games on the floor, and then stuff on the floor over there. Wires have always been an issue down here, honestly. But these are the 2 rooms that are not yet done. So give me a second to awkwardly pull out the camera there. Okay, so let's give you some background. So this is week 4. Week 4 with a caveat. The caveat specifically is, what are the caveats? The caveat is, it's technically, I think I'm on day 25 of 30, technically. That's my original Habits vlog. I started this a week-ish before Gencon, and at this point it's August 17th currently, so somewhere in a video I've told you the date, so figure out whatever day that is, but it's day 25 or 26. I missed the past 2 or 3 days before starting this vlog. It is what it is. I think I have to recognize that I can't necessarily always do a daily video. As much as I want to, it's an unnecessary push that I'm doing on myself. But where things are currently is, I mentioned this last week, I mentioned this when ending the last vlog. This particular vlog is going to be based around the Gencon homework assignment, effectively. Coming home with 50-ish games from Gencon. I didn't do the exact count, but it's somewhere around 50. And then kind of giving you an update as to like my progress to get through those, to learn them, to play them, to review them, because the reviews are going to pop up all over the place, but I try to get them off my plate as soon as possible so that I can get those 50 down to the last 10, the last 15, because 50 is too many games. And so I play them a lot, and that's what this vlog is. So over the next 7 days, hopefully I will do every day of, we're gonna do day 25 to day 32, or day 26 to day, I think it's day 26. Day 26 to day 33 is gonna be this particular vlog. Ish. It's always going to be ish. But outside of that, so let's cover some basics. I showed you the rooms, that upstairs playroom, family room. It's going to be cleaned. I don't know exactly when. This basement, going to be cleaned. I don't know exactly when. We'll do what we can. But again, that's not the main goal of this particular week. That's just kind of an update there. Outside of that, general habit check-in. Facebook, I've been great the past few days. I kind of relapsed a lot, but allowing myself to check Facebook infrequently because there was news-related stuff going on kind of gave me that mental excuse for a whole bunch of things. So between, it started with the game found acquiring Indiegogo. I let myself check Facebook then, and then it started to it shifted to, I don't know, just Gen Con in general. I wanted to know what's going on at Gen Con, and then it shifted to CGE and Devere and all that stuff. I wanted to check what was going on there. So I really gotta stop giving myself those leeways. And so for the past 4 days-ish, 4 or 5 days, I've been cold turkey again off Facebook. Sometimes I instinctively open the tab and then I just close it right away. That doesn't count as a strike against me. Instagram, I've relaxed a little bit, although I'm not sure if I should, but we'll see. We'll see. I think some social media I get value from, some I don't. And the biggest thing, it says tracking cancel. I think it's tracking. My camera's tracking me. Whatever. Anyways. I need to figure out what I get value from, and I think overall Facebook is a net negative on my life. There's positive aspects to it, but I think it's a net negative. So now 4 minutes into this vlog, and we kind of caught up with things. This vlog is all about the Gencon, where I am with all these things. Again, 50 plus games to cover. What have I done so far? And this is gonna be a little bit all over the place, and I don't even have all the games here, and they're not well organized. I'm gonna be jumping from shelf to table to wherever they are, and some games aren't even here. Some games Meg took back. Meg took to her house so that she can research whatever, read rules for the ones she was interested in. So there's a bunch that I haven't even come close to starting on, but let's talk about what I have gotten started on. So Ice and Idols wasn't technically in the Gen Con vlog video, but it is ready to go. This shelf in general are games that I need to review that I haven't actually reviewed. It's not really a shelf so much as overflow on top of a shelf, but specifically from the Gen Con video, we have Beasts. Beasts I have, did I film it? No. Beasts and Happy Home. I've done all the stuff except for filming. So I've learned them and I've played them. I have not filmed them. This will not be a thoughts video, by the way, because that would This is not gonna be a thoughts video. Maybe I'll mention thoughts here and there, but that's not the point of this video. So those two, that's 2 down over there, okay? We have Pillars of Fate, Time to Panic, and all those. I think we came back with, we didn't really come back with those, but we did include in the vlog. Those I do need to, I've already played all of them. I need to play them more because I want to review them. So I've played all of them. As far as the playing it more category, not done on any of them. I've played Pillars of Fate multiple times, the other 2 only once. I do want to play them sooner rather than later so I can knock them off the Gen Con list. We have 4 Shuffle Dartmoor. Got that one played already, need to play it more. We have Cats and Boxes. Cats and Boxes, this is an easy puzzle game. I played it. It'll probably go in like a 6 small box game video. 12 Rivers. I am finished with the rules in 12 Rivers, not yet done in it. Place Follow My Books, finish the rules. Gloomies, finish the rules. So those 3 are all, we got the rules taken care of, the game's not so much. Spirits of the Wild Awakening, I know the rules for that one. I need to double check the newest rules for any differences to that, but not yet. Kinfire Council, almost played this one. Almost got this one played. We actually had someone over who knew the game. He's like, I'll teach it to you. We'll do a game night. And I was like, great, that saves me reading the rules for that. And then we didn't. So that's sad. We have Sweet Victory. Already played this one, covered this one, ready to review. Way Too Many Cats. Partially through the rules, did not finish it. Squirrel Away. Squirrel Away, finished, played, ready to review. Tag Team, already reviewed. The review's actually up on the channel. Jungo. Jungo, I've played this like a whole bunch. I've played this like 8 or 9 times at this point. My kids love Trio. Jungo is easy to jump into. It's actually interesting because Jungo was a review copy and 4 Doors I bought. And 4 Doors I didn't care for, and that wasn't bad, I just didn't care for it. The review will go up at some point, and Jungo is kind of fun actually, so twist of fate on that one, but I like Jungo. My kids like Jungo. I should be giving you thoughts on this, but Jungo review will be going up soon. We have Tranquility Descent, played the basic mode. I need to get the expansion rules because they weren't in the box, so we'll see what happens there. And Fight 5, read the rules for it. Looks way too straightforward. This is not a review, I haven't played it. It looks way too straightforward. It looks like Fancy War, which, to be fair, the company, this is Neon Knights or whatever it is, they are making lighter games, so I shouldn't expect a lot from it, but I expect less from it than I expected before, which is already very little. We have Lorcana. We're hoping to play this yesterday, didn't get a chance to. Tricky Kids have not yet tabled. As Monster Nursery, there's no rush in this one. This one I'm waiting for, actual rules in that, so nothing I can do in this one yet. We have Horrified. I should play this soon. I know the basics of Horrified. Haven't played this one. Sandcastle Burgundy. Have not yet played that one. The Fortunes of Scoundrel Bay. Currently middle of the rules for that as we speak. That was what I was reading, well, I don't know, half an hour ago. Then we have Enthroned Strategy Deduction Game. That is, I have not read the rules for it, but I do kind of know how to play. Planet Unknown and Santorini. Both those. Santorini is kind of just going on the shelf. It's a deluxe version of a game I already have. Planet, so it's already covered, so to speak. I do want to give them coverage of it at some point, but you got the Gen Con haul to an extent, and it'll probably go in like a deluxeified video series when I do that. I haven't been doing this actively. Whenever I next do one, it'll probably go in there. Then we have Tianxia. Have not played that one yet. And Board Quest Tales of Lyria. This one's going to be lower priority. Then we have Lost Ruins of Arnak Adventure Chest. I want to play this soon, but I want to play it soon. I've already played it before, like doing last WSBG. They had the prototype outside. I played it there. And then Brink was at Gen Con, and my copy showed up after I got back home from Gen Con. So that's another haul video, guess. But I don't know. Again, I might do coverage on it again, but I don't know if I necessarily need to. What else we have? Because we have others. That isn't remotely close to 50. We have Haunted House Pinball. We've kind of played this a little bit. We played like half a game. We need to properly set up and play a full game, but I know the rules, ready to go on it. And then we have Twinkle Twinkle. I should have coverage on those. I've played some of the modules already. I should have coverage for those soon. So I've played some of the modules. I want to play through all the planets and modules and all that. Because I already reviewed the retail game, I want to give you a review of the final game. Then some more over here. We have Studies in Sorcery. Started the rules in that one. Haven't finished it. We have Tic Tac Trek Level 8 and 4 Doors. Have already filmed or learned, played, and filmed all of those. What's gone up is a different story. And Peak Team already learned the rules for it, and I'm ready to go. And I think that's the Gen Con. I think that's the Gen Con stuff that I have here. How many games was that? I don't even know how many games that was, but whatever isn't. I might have stuff upstairs. Oh, Minecraft Labyrinth. I played that one as well. That's upstairs. Anything else that was essential? Oh, I didn't cover this. The Source System. Haven't done that yet. I'm actually waiting intentionally. They're sending something like cute for the kids at some point because the kids were involved in the visual unboxing. So I'm kind of saving that all together to possibly unbox it or show the kids. I haven't figured it out. Maybe I'll do a short. I don't know. But I'm specifically intentionally saving that. So overall, I haven't done a full check, but I've already played a good 15 games. I've already reviewed or filmed a good 5-10. I've learned the rules for half of them at this point. I'm doing pretty good so far, but that was just a kind of recap to catch you up. My goal going forward for the rest of this week is to continue to update you on what else is there. Oh, like for example, I know that The Hobbit There and Back Again, that's one that's at Meg's house. We're currently played through the first 4 missions. I want to play through the next 4 so I can review it, so I can cover it after having gone through it all. And there's others too. Like she has all the 20 strong ones at her place. I'll try to get a list of what's there so I can get a better sense of where we are. But the main thing for me is I'll be covering kind of a bit of a more in-depth daily interaction on what I've covered each day. Like I mentioned, I'm currently in the middle of the rules for the Scoundrel Bay one. That's something I do daily. I daily read rules, play games, film games, and so I'm going to update you throughout this weekly vlog as to what kind of progress I make in that first week. How many games, and I'll do a full count. At the end, it'll be a lot more official. I'll be like, hey, I came back with 52 games, and at the end of week 1, which will already have been week 2 from Gencon-ish, by the end of week 1 of this vlog, and the weeks are confusing. At the end of week 4, which is 2 weeks after Gencon-ish, I will give you a full recounting of, at this point in time, I've gotten X games, I've read the rules for Y games, I've played Z games, and I've filmed G games, whatever it is. That's it. That's your day 1 intro. Day 1 intro is probably the longest video in this particular series, and I will see you tomorrow with an update on how day 2 is going. It's week 4 and day 2. Day 2 of week 4. I think we're going to start doing it that way. I think it's a lot simpler than trying to always remember if it's day 26, 28, whatever it is. So week 4, day 2. We're just doing a bit of a progress on how things are going as far as what I'm learning, playing, and filming for my Gen Con games. And playing so far, playing today has been, I think, only one thing today. I played Peak Team. So we have Peak Team over here. We also have Calcifer showing up playing with things. But I got a game of Peak Team in over here. I'd already learned the first few levels. There's 5 levels to the game, so I'm going to need 5 plays. Hey, buddy. I'm going to need 5 plays of the game before I review it, at the very least, because it's 5 levels. I got the first play in tonight. And again, I'm not really supposed to be telling you. What's it called? Exactly my thoughts and feelings, but I liked it. I already knew I liked it from previously, and I liked it from playing it. I played the prototype last year at Gen Con, and I liked it again tonight, so that's good over there. Panda Spin. So Panda Spin is in the review category, so I got my review of Panda Spin, Mandate of Heaven. So you can check that out. Review will be up for that. That's for the expansion. I've already reviewed Panda Spin, so we got 1 game played and reviewed, Panda Spin Mandate of Heaven. We got Peak Team played but not reviewed, and then we learned the rules for Soda Jerk and Vivo. So we got the rules for 2 more games prepped and ready to go. So that's what I did today as far as those things. I opened a few more boxes to read more rules, but the problem is I was reading other rules for games that weren't for my Gen Con haul. There's I don't know. There's a whole small little thing. Maybe I'll tell you tomorrow. I want to keep today's vlog short because honestly it's late. But there's a small little thing about the other rules I was reading today and why that's a little bit of a mini drama in itself. But I was reading rules for a different game entirely. It's not the Gen Con haul, and it's a bit of a drama unto itself. But that's not bad for a day. I kind of wanted to do a bit more today. I wanted to play a few more things. Hopefully I'll get more played tomorrow. But 2 rulebooks read, 2 games played, and 1 game filmed. Tomorrow, let's see, what can I film tomorrow? I can't film Peak Team yet. I can't do that. Enthroned, I still need to play over here. Some of these games, Beasts, Squirrel Away, and Happy Home are all going into a set of videos. So I'll have to figure out what goes into that set. So maybe I'll grab 3 more games and figure out what goes into my set of videos that I do tomorrow. We'll see. But outside of that, Tranquility. I got the Tranquility, the Descent or whatnot. I got the Descent, yeah. I got the solo rules for that, so I might dive into those. That could be fun. Because I got the game, it's a prototype, but I didn't get the solo rules. So with the solo rules, I might be able to cover that too. So that would be nice. And then maybe I'll try to play Gloomies tomorrow. But again, the problem is the gap between playing and reviewing, it just depends. Because sometimes I can get multiple plays in, sometimes I just need a few days. Like Peak Team, I'm going to need some time with. So we'll see how it goes. So we'll see. I'm kind of okay with the progress for today, while thinking that, I don't know, it feels, I guess it's fine to not review and play 5 games a day, but I feel because I'm focusing this week on that specific thing, I'm giving myself a degree of pressure. So at the very least, I can focus on reading all the rules. At the very least, I can try to get as many rule books read and prepped over the next week so that these can all get tabled, because that's part of the process. Part of the process is I have my game night, I have my people, and then I figure out what we can play. I don't always know going into it what I'm going to play. I will say this haunted house thingy, you may have seen in other videos, but this haunted house is getting so much attention. Calcifer literally just like burying his paw. Watch. Okay, let's see if I can show you this over here. I'm going to show you. Look, Calcifer. Oh, look, it went in there. Oh, Calcifer, your paw's in there. You trying to get it? What's going on? Yeah, go ahead, get in there. Oh, now what happens if we open this? Does that remove the allure? Look at that. Oh, no, you go find the other hole. Cool. Anyways, so behind Haunted House I need to play too. That one I'm probably going to be playing. I was hoping to play it already, but I didn't. So I'm probably playing that Wednesday, I want to say, just thinking through my schedule for the week. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. So shorter segment today. Not a ton of things that are happening because, well, again, I got stuff done. I'm putting too much pressure on. But we'll see. Maybe tomorrow will be more structured and more organized. Maybe I'll have a few more things reviewed, and maybe I'll have a few more things played. But for right now, I'm going to go figure out how many dice I lost for this Haunted House game. He loves this game, man. He loves it. Pandasaurus, you did it right by the cats. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow for day 3 of week 4. It's week 4, day 3, and we're checking in. And I made some progress since yesterday. Part of it is just organizing alone, although this room still has Zombicide on the floor. Zombicide, Bite Death, ended up on the floor a while ago. This kind of goes back to, like, you remember that vlog I did, like week 1 or whatever it is? This lighting's terrible. Alexa, set Basement Home Theater to white. Okay. That's marginally better. So it's terrible for video, not whatever. Anyways, remember that week 1 vlog where I was like, don't push off cleaning up messes? That's true, but I still am trying to focus on maintaining as opposed to adding. So this room never got to this. This has been here for like a month now since I unboxed it. My kids started playing with it. Usually I have a pretty strict rule, but games on the table only. But they wanted to play with it and the games were already on the table. And I said, one time I'll let it go, and then just never cleaned it up. So that's mostly on me. Don't get me wrong, it's on them too, but I clean up the games because I organize the games. So anyways, let me head to the couch. The couch is a little bit more, not just a white wall. So week 4, day 3, what are we up to? What have we done? So basically, the first thing I've done is I've organized. I specifically sat there and I put together a sheet tracking the 50 games. It's 50 apparently. I did the math now. Math might be the wrong terminology. I just put it into a spreadsheet and checked what the total was. So there's 50 games currently that came back from Gencon with that are games I plan on covering, whatever that means. I have to look through the video, but if there was a game that I didn't sign up for, there's Meg's game or who knows what, but there's 50 games that I need to cover. Or even like Roxley, for example. Roxley, there's, what was it? There's a Santorini Deluxe Edition. So that's not a game that I need to cover per se. It's a Deluxe Edition of a game I've already covered. So things like that aren't on the sheet. So from the games that I need to cover, there's 50 games I need to cover. And I've tracked which ones I have read the rules for, which ones I've played, and which ones I filmed. And I realized I've just sat down, but I'll probably get up to show you all of that in a second because, yeah, I literally just sat down. Let's get back up and show you all the stuff I've been doing. So first of all, to give you some overview of the day, and this is going to slow down inherently as I check off all the easy ones. This process slows down, but just to show you some of the things I've been doing. So, and these are some of these I've already done. Some were just refreshing on things. Like 12 Rivers is a rule book that I think I have it marked as read already because I read it, but I was just refreshing myself on it because there's a chance I was going to play it tonight. I didn't, but there was a chance. We have Soda Jerk. This one's already done. This one I did last night. We have The Mind Soulmates. I read this one just I don't know, an hour ago. And Tricky Kids as well. So these are marked as yes now because I've added those to the list. And there were a few more that I added. In fact, I'll show you the floor is a little bit cleaner now. I've focused on cleaning up this area. It's not totally clean. Some of that stuff needs to go upstairs. Some needs to go on shelves. But this was all like a big Gen Con pile the other day. And now it's like the Gen Con swag stuff, like t-shirts, cups. That's all in a pile that I need to probably throw out, but we'll pretend not to throw out for at least 6 months before realizing that I'm not using most of it and throw it out. So that's what that pile is. But then over there, I made the Gen Con pile. So that's the Gen Con pile. I kind of organized it-ish. Organized-ish is still the key word. Because some games I've been playing, like, where is Enthroned? Enthroned is actually over here. So Enthroned, for example, played this one today. In fact, I'll show you in a second what I did. But there's rules I read. I actually highlighted it for you so I can do this video series. But I'll show you the rules I read, the games I played, and then the videos I filmed. And then tomorrow we'll see what else will be added. Like I'm hoping to film Enthroned tomorrow, but I want to get another play in first. I got my first play in today, my first 2 plays. It can play pretty quickly, but I also try to avoid, I don't always do this, but I try to avoid filming the same day that I played something, because I like to give myself a little bit of time to let it settle. And sometimes I honestly, I prefer to wait a week ideally, but it's always a balance. Some things I like to really let it sit in my mind for a little bit and see how I feel about it a week later. Other times I film it after I've gotten a few plays, and even if it's sooner. It is case by case. I try to give time and balance it all. But anyways, this is the pile of the things that I have to get to-ish. Some things, like again, unofficial pile up here of stuff that I'm ready to review. Tranquility solo over here. Tranquility is set up because I plan on playing it solo shortly. So it's going to be, I've already played the game. I just haven't played the solo mode. So I want to try the solo mode and I want to try the expansion. So for context, that's going to add, well, the solo mode I'm going to get done after this video, and the expansions I'm going to wait till I have someone else to play with. So probably tomorrow, we shall see. But anyways, this is kind of what we have over here. So ignore the fact that I'm middle of Grey's Anatomy up there, because, you know, I'm middle of Grey's Anatomy. A fun fact with Grey's Anatomy, here, let's go ahead and pop this up. I'm currently up to season 18, episode 14, apparently. I liked Grey's Anatomy back in the day. Like when it first started, I liked Grey's Anatomy a lot. Then it kind of like, as characters left the show one at a time, it got to a point where it just wasn't Grey's Anatomy anymore. Like sure, Meredith Grey was there till who knows when, but it's not the same show. At this point, I'm just watching on momentum. Like I watched 14 seasons, I may as well watch 21, something like that. So it's my background show for today. My background show changes day to day. This is my thumbnails that I'm currently working on. I just did the 4 Shuffle expansions video with my daughter. Anyways, this sheet over here. So this sheet is actually tracking my reviews in general. And then this sheet is tracking my, well, actually I have a lot of ways to track things. This kind of tracks my in and out, longer story. Let's focus on this sheet. This sheet over here, that's showing you all the games I got. This is a new tab I just added. That's why it's called sheet 3 instead of anything more eloquent. It's a new tab I just added, and it basically has the 50. No, why does it say 48? Why does it say 48? I thought it was 50. Okay. Either I removed things or something happened, because I could have sworn it was 50. Did I remove things from the sheet? Why would I do that? Why would I do that to myself? I don't know. Let's say it's 48. 48 games. So we have 48 games that I need to cover from Gencon. And this column covers where I learnt them. So from those, I've learnt 34 of them. And if you're seeing 35 in the corner, yeah, but it's also counting the header over here. So I've learned 34 of the 48. That's actually not bad. All these tagged as yes are the ones I've learned, and the ones I've learned today are Sandcastle Burgundy, Enthroned, The Mind Soulmates, Planet Unknown Supermoon. It's called Plant Unknown for some reason. Way Too Many Cats is over here. Tricky Kids. Where's Tricky Kids? Did I not mark it? Where's Tricky Kids? Where is Tricky Kids? This is where the 48 disappeared to 50, by the way, because I'm realizing Tricky Kids is not on this list. What did I do? Did my cat go on the keyboard? Huh. Well, Tricky Kids is being added, so we're up to 50 again. So up to 49 again. Tricky Kids. Now I have to go through the list and figure out what else I've missed. Like, is Kinfire Council on this? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'll add Tricky Kids. But anyways, so we have that over there. That's our list. So 49 now, of which I've learned 36 because Tricky Kids I've learned. And then the highlights are the ones I did today since basically my last update. Throne is the only new game I've played today. So we have a whole bunch I've played. I've played 24 of these games, and Throne is the only one that's new. But then even that, I'm sorry for the camera like swapping back and forth all the time. Even that, there's other games I played today. Like I got another game of 4 Shuffle Dartmoor, and I'm going to be playing Tranquility shortly. But I'm only tracking if it's a new addition to the have I played it already. Like if I was really being pedantic about this, I would have a played and then played enough to review category. But I don't have that. So right now I just have what I played, and I'll add something new if I've played it. And then I have the what I filmed category. And for that, I have 14 filmed. 14 filmed out of the 24 played, out of the 36 learnt, out of the 49 games. So 14 games have been filmed so far. The new ones, I added Happy Home, Fight 5, Beast, and Scroll Away are the new ones that I added today. And like I said, I'm hoping to add more tomorrow. We shall see. But this is the fastest it's going to go. Like getting this many new games learned. Like tomorrow, I'll be lucky if there's 1 new game learned. Well, there'll be at least 1, but maybe I'll get 2. Maybe my goal for tomorrow is learning 2 new games, playing 2 new games, and filming 1 game. That's my goal for tomorrow. But we'll see. Again, if I go through this all, like 14 filmed, 14 filmed out of 49. Like when you do the learned column, like I learned 36 games. It seems like a lot. It is a lot. But the filmed column, that's ultimately when the job is done, so to speak. And that's, I want to get to, what we have 49. I want to get to 25 games filmed by the time this vlog, week 3 or whatever it is, week 4 is over. And if that's the case, that means I need to do an average. If I have 14 filmed, I want to get 25, I need to do 11 more. I need to kind of have 4 more days this week. I need to do 3 a day. Is that even possible? Is that possible of being responsible? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. It depends on the weekend, honestly. A lot of it depends on the weekend. But I can get at least 4 or 5. Like 4 Shuffle Dartmoor, I think I'm ready to review at this point. I think I'm ready for that one. And that will probably be reviewed tomorrow. And then in Throne, if I get that, that's 2 over there. That's 2 out of 11. We only need to find 9 more. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's kind of a little mini update as far as how week whatever is going. And now I'm going to go pay a bunch of UPS and FedEx bills, because something new that's added to my life is the fact that a lot of these prototypes I get now come with a fun little bill from the government for tariffs for those prototypes that will not count as a finished game. Like, these are games that I'm not keeping. They're coverage material that is going to be shipped on to the next person or thrown out eventually. They're not games I'm keeping, and I still have to pay a tariff cost on them, because yay. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow for day 4, but that was your little recap of day 3. I put together a spreadsheet, and we'll see what day 4 adds. Hopefully more games covered with a bit of an update on how those go. By the way, 4 Shuffle Dartmoor is so much fun. So much fun. I know this is, like, again, I'm not supposed to be telling you my opinions on these. Some of them I just am, and it is what it is. But I'll see you tomorrow for day 4. It's week 4, day 4, and I'm going to keep this one a short one because, frankly, it's been a long day, and I'm just trying to get in a video at the end of the day. Not a video, a clip, a vlog segment. So, how are we doing? No new rules learnt, not since yesterday. No new games played, not since yesterday. I got in some more repeat plays of games, which is also an essential part of the process, but also less exciting than checking things off my list just because of the way I structured it. But a few small things. We do have, this is completely unrelated to the vlog, but may as well show you what's going on in the background while we do this. We had Moitura, which is a giant box. This thing is like hefty, it can't even close, prototype and all that. Moitura, as well as Azure. Both of these are the new games from Bitewing Games. They just showed up for the prototype phase. So Azure looks cool. Honestly, between the designers, we have Trevor Benjamin, Brett Gilbert, and then we have David Thompson, I believe, if I recall correctly. David Thompson and Trevor Benjamin on this one. So, like, some solid names on these. Also, Bitewing has definitely been leaning into a lot of Knizia, so it's nice to see something that's not just Knizia. But as far as things that I did do, because I mentioned I didn't learn new games, I didn't play new games, I played more games, and I played new games that weren't on my Gencon list, but I didn't play new games from my Gencon list. But I did film 2 things. I filmed Enthroned, as well as another one. I filmed another one. Enthroned and 4 Shuffle Dartmoor. 4 Shuffle and Dartmoor. My dad and I filmed 4 Shuffle Dartmoor. So we got two new games filmed at the very least. So we're doing fine-ish, but I can't remember my goal. I can't remember what I said yesterday as far as my goal. I have a goal for a specific number I'm trying to get to, and I am possibly going to get there. A lot of it depends on the weekend, because, like, a lot of times during the week, because of everything else that's happening, I'll get things done, but during the weekend I'll often get more things done. So we'll see how that goes. But that's kind of your little mini update there. I will say I do have this. This is Washed Ashore. I may dive into this right now. It's in Shrink. Haven't even opened this. This is from Alley Cat Games, but it's a light little solo game. It's a little solo puzzle, solo adventure, which means I can learn this one and play this one in the next half hour. How long is the game? The game is 35 minutes a chapter. So I can learn this one and play this one in the next half hour, which I may well do. So we'll see if that happens. I'm not going to film it tonight, obviously, because how many chapters are there? Dun, dun, dun. Discover all 13 endings to this adventure. I don't know enough about the structure of this, but it's a choose. You come to your senses on a sandy beach. The sun is burning your back and you can barely move your tongue. You remember a huge wave washing you overboard. You're lucky to be alive, but where are you? Will you ever return home, and will you even survive? Fate Flip is a story that develops differently depending on your decisions, facing with either immediate consequences or implications you will find out later on. Discover all 13 endings to this adventure. But I don't know how long a chapter is. It says 35 minutes a chapter. But how long is a chapter? I'll find out more. I'll let you know tomorrow how this one went. And if I didn't, it means I didn't actually read the rules and play the first game. So at least I have some shame in that sense. Also, random thing over here, I got Middle Ages. This is the Middle Ages. I traded for this. I did a trade. This is a game I've been interested in since it first came out from Studio H, Marc Andre. And Marc Andre, I believe, is the person who did Splendor, if I recall correctly. And I've been intrigued by this one since I first saw it. And I never got a copy. And so when I was doing a trade with somebody for a bunch bunch of copies of Ticket to Ride, a bunch of expansions of Ticket to Ride, and he had the Middle Ages. So I traded with him on those, and those just showed up today as well. So yay, got more games to dive into. Although again, the problem with diving into games right now is anything I play feels like it's not coming from my Gencon list, which this week is super important, just because I decided that it's important. I also haven't figured out what next week's video is going to be. I need to make sure, because again, the whole point of this vlog, well, I guess let's do a little mini update. Mini update is I've been doing great on Facebook. Facebook I've still not been opening. Great on Gratitude. Pretty decent at keeping things clean. Like for the most part, like just to give you context, I don't want to show you this, but I'm going to. The table has crud on it. The table has crud on it. So that's not good. But that's also because I'm in the middle of doing stuff. These boxes all just showed up. Like not just showed up, but I just unboxed them. I just unboxed everything here, put it on the table because I haven't cleaned it up yet. And the other side of the table has boxes because I'm shipping out a whole bunch of things to a bunch of Patreons. I do Patreon and Ko-Fi giveaways, and I'm in the middle of shipping up all the things from this current batch of, winners and whatnot. So the table is busy for a reason, but I need to make sure it doesn't stay busy, because the whole point of the cleanup I did in week 1 is that things should stay clean, which again, pretty happy with overall. Just right now the table's busy. So overall things are going good as far as most of the habits. Again, Facebook is back in check. That's the main thing. The main thing only because I was struggling with it. And then I have to figure out what next week's vlog looks like. But we have 3 more days to figure out what the subject of next week's vlog is. I'm going to think on it. I'll let you know tomorrow. Anyways, that's day 4, and I'll see you with day 5 tomorrow. Day 5 of week 4, and checking in with some progress, but still not as much as I want, but honestly, it's still been a pretty good day. So for context here, so where are we right now? So right now, I think this is rough recollection. I haven't updated my sheet. My sheet's over here, but haven't fully updated it. But rough recollection of where I'm up to right now. Hey, Calcifer. Calcifer's over here checking us out. He wants to play, and that box needs to be shipped. There's a few boxes that need to be shipped. Let's see if Calcifer will jump to me, because he sometimes wants to play. This is how you know. When he backs away, he wants to play, and when he jumps forward, he wants to jump on me. So I'm gonna give him some dice to play with. So what have we done so far? So we've done a few things. I'm just playing this. He still loves this haunted house game. Look. Oh, he knocked it on the floor and already knocked it off. So let's put some dice over here so we can get some dice on there because he loves this game. Anyways, I learned Washed Ashore, and I've played Washed Ashore, so that's pretty good. I want to go through the other 2 chapters before reviewing it, but so far Washed Ashore is pretty decent. Again, I'm giving you thoughts again, but Washed Ashore, learned and played that one. It's 35 minutes. The whole thing is like an hour and a half if you want to play the whole entire game. Outside of that, I filmed Twinkle Twinkle, so some progress was made on that one. I think that's the only thing I filmed today so far, so we're still behind on my goal of how much to film, but we're doing fine on the rest. So I learned Washed Ashore. I think I had already learned the Mind Soulmates, but I played the Mind Soulmates, so that's got some of that in. So learned and played Washed Ashore, played the Mind Soulmates, played more of The Hobbit, and played more of Peak Team, but again, those aren't things that they get me closer to reviews, but they're not done yet. So overall, I guess I learned one new thing, and played one new thing, and filmed one new thing. That's not the worst. That's not the worst overall. It's not where I want to be, but it's not the worst. But I thought today's a good day, and I meant it, because today I finally painted a room. I painted a room today, which is something that the amount of work that goes into taping and painting a room, it's like a full day job for me. I'm sure if you're a professional, it's much faster than that, but for me, it's my entire day becomes painting a room. And that's something I've been pushing off. Like since moving in, when I first moved in, I did the basement right away. I did my daughter's room, a few months ago. I just did one of my kids' rooms. One of my other kids' rooms I just did today. And I'm hoping to do another one next week. But I'm not painting the whole house right now. I'm trying to get once I got my daughter's room done, I felt bad for not getting my other kids' rooms done. So I got that done today, which is nice. And now I have to spend some time tomorrow decorating it and putting some things in and all that stuff. But it feels good to get that progress done because I've been pushing that off for so long. I like painting. It just takes so much out of me as far as the time goes. So overall, not the worst day as far as progress on Gencon, not the worst day as far as progress, the Gencon haul, not the worst day as far as getting things done outside of that. But as always, I find that I'm constantly in that balance of I get one thing done and then the next things pile up. So great, I painted a room today. But I only filmed one video today, and today's usually it's hard. It's hard to get everything done. So I'm doing the best I can, trying to keep up with things. Tomorrow's video is still going to go up. It's one of my in the backlog videos, but I'm overall keeping up. I would like to film 2 or 3 things tomorrow, though. Some from Gencon, some from not. That's fine. But I'd like to film 2 or 3 things tomorrow because I think I need to I need to get ahead of the filming queue in order to stay ahead. Dice Tower Retreat's coming up soon, and that's going to be another 5 days gone out of my life. So I need to make sure I'm ahead before I fall behind once again. Also, I keep filming vlogs for like Gencon and PAX and all these places, and then not actually posting them. So I have all these backlogged vlogs that I need to like edit at some point, but I'll get to it. Anyways, Cal's hanging around. He's done playing with the dice, and now he wants his new toy. He actually does have a new toy. I need to maybe I'll show him the new toy right now. Maybe I'll just collect dice. We'll see. Anyways, that's day 5. We'll be back with day 6 and 7. Day 7 is going to be a big deal because either I got everything done at the end of day 7 or I didn't. Like, we'll see how much progress I really make on the Gen Con haul. Also, I had an idea. I did have an idea for what I want next week's vlog to be, but I forgot it already. But I did have an idea, so we'll see if it becomes next week's vlog. Maybe I'll do the gratitude journal as a full like week-long process, like showing you what I do and focusing on that. I think that could be a fun one. So maybe that'll be next week. That wasn't my idea, but that could be. I'll need plenty of ideas. This is a vlog a week situation, so I'll need plenty of ideas. So anyways, that's today. That's day 5. We'll be back with day 6 and see whether I got to film more, play more, and possibly learn more. I got the bulk of the learning of the easy ones out, but I could probably get like Board Quest. I started the rules for Kalimala, but didn't actually finish them. And Fortunes of Scoundrel Bay I'm still in the middle of. 20 Strong Tangle Wars. I should do that one. I should do the rules for that one. That would be a good one to knock out like more rules. Because again, rules-wise, I know I sound like I was wrapping up and then I didn't. But rules-wise, we have 50 games and 37 of them I've done the rules for. That's really not bad. The Sims board game. I'll grab the Sims board game. I could do Riftbound, Horrified D&D. There's a bunch that I could still do. But we'll get to them. Anyways, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. and I'm saying this as if I'm ending the vlog. The vlog's not over. I'll see you tomorrow with day 6. Week 4 and day 6 check-in. We have one more day to go. One more day to go to see how this Gen Con review coverage thing goes. And it's been a pretty good day, all things considered. I'll get up in a second, but I want to say I filmed four Gen Con videos today. Spirits of the Wild, Tranquility. What were the other 2? Darn it. There's other 2. I'll go look at the sheet in a second and show you them. But yeah, I got 4 things done today. 4 things filmed, like 3 or 4 played, and then 2 more rulebooks read. Which again, the rulebooks part is going to slow down inherently because I got most of the easy ones out of the way first. I have 1 or 2 easy ones left, and then it's down to like the last 5 or 6 are the hard ones. But for the most part, the rules on the Gen Con week are mostly done. Games played, got through most of them. I might be able to hit that half that I wanted to hit. This is a very strong might. This is not a guarantee by any shot. We'll see. But one more day to go. So I'll take a look at how far away we are from it. But outside of that, we'll go look at the final list shortly. Outside of that, what else is going on? Habit-wise, again, the main thing I've been trying to cut out is Facebook, and I've been good at that again. I've been good at that. It's that 30-day habit thing. I won't be content until I'm kind of really off Facebook. But I will say some things like Instagram I'm still kind of cavalier about, and I don't know how I feel about that because I like Facebook. I always regret it. Instagram, sometimes I feel like I'm doom scrolling. Most of the time I'm not. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to next week where I never remembered, by the way. I never remembered what the other idea I had was. So next week we're still doing gratitude, at least as of right now. And maybe one week I'll do a vlog in the life, day in the life, but for a week. We'll see. There's all kinds of options out there. But otherwise, I don't know if there's anything major to cover. Let's go take a look at the games. Let's give you minor thoughts on the games. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a pose that's not just sitting in the chair every single time. All right, so we got our list over here. Oh, I had a major snafu today, which I was not happy about, which I didn't hit record on the proper button, which means I need to fully edit a video that I usually have happening automatically with my foot pedal. So time wasted. That's all it comes down to, time wasted. Everything's fine, but time was wasted. But today, so rules read, we got Horrified D&D and Studies in Sorcery, which puts us at 40. Oh, I thought it was more than that. 39 out of the 50 rulebooks read. 39 out of the 50 rulebooks read. I wanted to do more than that, but I still have tomorrow. I can easily get to 40, that's for sure. But I still feel like what am I missing? Tianaxi, I didn't start. Fortunes of Scoundrel Bay, I'm in the middle of. Kinfire Council didn't start. Kalimala, I'm in the middle of. Board Quest Tales of Valyria didn't start. Time Check and Source didn't start. 20 Strong, I should be able to do that one. Locana I should be able to do, Farmhand I should be able to do, Riftbound I should, Sims. Maybe if I'm really ambitious, I will get 5 rulebooks read tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. I don't think so, but we'll see. Games played, we're at 27 out of 50. 27 out of 50, or was it 51? 50. 27 out of 50. The ones I added are, again, as usual, I have new plays. I played more of games I already played. New ones, looks like the only new one I added is Spirits of the Wild, and honestly, even that one's barely really new because I've played Spirits of the Wild so much. Like, one thing you'll notice, for the most part, it's pretty rare that I played a game for the first time and then reviewed it the same day. It's pretty rare. Spirits of the Wild, I did that because I played it 3 times today and I just was trying out the new Spirits. I already know the older game. So that's one where it's a little easier to dive into the new Spirits to get a sense of the new content, but still rely on my overall feeling of the original game, if that makes sense. And then as far as games filmed, we did Spirits of the Wild, The Mind Soulmates. Oh, interesting, which I don't actually have that marked. I didn't have that marked as played. I've played it, but I just updated that. So I'm at 28 out of the 50 played. And The Mind Soulmates I filmed today. I filmed Spirits of the Wild. I filmed The Hobbit There Back Again. Finally finished playing through that, which took some time. And then filmed Tranquility The Descent, which I've played, I want to say 4 or 5 times now. I played it solo, I played it all the expansions, I've played the base game a few times, so at least 4, maybe 5 times I have to check. But Tranquility Ascent got that played. So that puts us at filmed at 21 out of 50, but out of the 25 I wanted to. So what is there possible that I can film tomorrow? It's actually a few, but some of them are smaller expansions, so we'll see. Some of them are smaller. Sweet Victory. Yeah, there's definitely a Peak Team I'm not ready yet. I still need more plays of that one. There's some kid games. If I do some bundle videos, I should be able to do it. I might be able to get to 25 tomorrow. It's going to be close though. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, this is day 6 of the post Gencon wrap up. We will see you tomorrow with an update as far as did I get to 25 games reviewed from the 50. But honestly, with the progress, this progress, most of the rulebooks read and a bunch more played. It still will take time, but we shall see what we can do. I'll see you tomorrow with the updated final day, day 7 of week 4. It's day 7 of week 4 and we are wrapping up. Specifically walking outside because I told you that we're not just going to do the same basement setting every single video, so I figured why not go for a walk? Get to 10,000 steps. I just hit 10,000 steps. It's amazing. I still have several hours left in the day. Anyways, technically it's day 8 by the way. We skipped a day. I didn't get to film yesterday, so and the way I'm doing this vlog is I'm calling them 7 days. Sometimes I'll miss a day. It is what it is, but I'm just doing 7 days at a time. And also I won't necessarily do always a week. So the weeks are going to be weird weeks sometimes. So like sometimes it's going to be like a week 4 might be 9 days, but it's 7 days of filming because when I miss, I miss. It just takes a little pressure off for me not having to do this every single day. If it's the end of the day, I didn't get to it, whatever. But the good news is that extra day did buy me some time. I actually got to 27 of the 50 games filmed, although 50 became 51 because I realized when I went to go log that I played Vivo, I was like, oh, I didn't have Vivo on the list, so that worked. So it's 51 games total, at least unless I'm missing any others. I didn't do a full check, of which I don't remember the amount that I learned and played. I'd have to go look at that count, but I did get to 27 of them filmed, which is not bad. As far as what did this week teach me? Well, first of all, just to be clear, I didn't do all of that in a week because half of them, by the time I started the week, half of that work is already done. It's that I kind of set out to learn the rest of the games and to finish going through it as much as possible this week, which that part I did get done. So I'm happy that I put a lot of dedication into getting those done, and now the rest are going to come in a bit slower. So I'm still, again, like I learned the rules for most of them. I've played a bunch of them that I haven't gotten to do reviews for because I still need more plays or just more time. Again, sometimes I just want time for, I don't like filming within too close of a period from when I played the game for the first time. Even if I got multiple plays in one day, I just like things to settle as much as possible. So it was a dedicated week. It was very focused. I'm happy I did it because it takes a lot of the pressure off of having this giant list of Gen Con games. And honestly, we're gonna diverge a little bit from the Gen Con aspect and just talk about like something that's been very relevant for me the past, past 2 months-ish. There was that period for like 2 days where I was really feeling burnt out, and then I went to Dice Tower East and everything was better again. Go to Dice Tower East. It solves your problems. Or not. This is not advice. But what I did notice is that over the past 2 months, I've definitely been feeling a bit more burnt out on different things. I'm overall better. I'm overall fine. I'm overall, like those 2 days were specific 2 days, but I felt a lot of fatigue around different things. And there's just this backlog. There's always a backlog of things to do. And even though I'm able to get a lot done, I think I've taken on too much and I'm juggling too much. And that's just something I have to balance. And one of the things that was really stressing me out this past week while going through the Gencon games was not the Gencon games themselves, because I'm making great progress in that, but it was the realization that I have like my review backlog is something like 150 games. I mean, granted, that number jumps up because of the Gencon games and then it slowly creeps down, but like I have a lot of games that I need to review. And most of those are always going to be things in rotation from the past 6 months at any given point. But there's like a lot of them. There's a good 50 games on that list that are just older games that just kind of, you know, I've been doing this for 5 years now. So if in a given year I did 150 reviews or something like that, like I want to say that's probably around the range of what I do, maybe a little more than that. I've done some stats on this, I don't know it offhand. But let's say I do, 200 reviews a year. I don't know what the average is. At any given point, sure, it's 200 reviews a year, but like that in that year, there might have been 15 games that I never got to. And then just go into a kind of a peripheral backlog. Normally I walk around the block, but in this case, I don't want you to hear all the traffic, so I'm gonna just turn around. So in that given year, there might be like 10 to 15 games that go into a backlog and I just never got to. And the question there is, which of those do I need to get to? Almost all of them are talked about at some point, games that I've played at some point or wanted to play or different things. But some of them I just go into this kind of queue of eternal hell where they just aren't, it's development hell, except it's a review copy hell. That's what's happening over here. And so it's just a balance to try to figure out what I need to get to, what I'm trying to get to. And it's all just, it weighs on me to a certain extent as I try to figure out, just trying to stay on top of all of it. And so one thing I did this week, in addition to the Gencon games, is I went through all these 150 review copies, and I managed to find like 13 or so, I think it was 13, it might have been 14, games that I just don't think I'm going to cover, which I've done in the past. I've done in the past here and there. I do it very infrequently because I take it very seriously when I get a game to cover. But in most cases, I want to say in all cases, but I have to check, in most cases, they're games I didn't specifically ask for because I put a greater weight. If I specifically ask for a game, I definitely put a greater weight on the obligation to cover it regardless of when that is. Whereas if you sent me a game, I'm much more cavalier about, I didn't ask for this. So yes, I was willing to cover it, but I didn't ask for it. And so if enough time goes by, and if I don't think the audience interest is there in the copy anyway, then I move on from it. So I did it with like 13 games, which definitely took a lot of the pressure off, because it's like, do you know how much work goes into 13 games? Do you know how much time goes into 13 games? Like learning the games and then playing the games multiple times, reviewing the games, all that. And so if they're older games that at this point have less audience interest, if they're not better, like all these games are rated under a 6.5. So they're all games that when I got them, they were new. So who knows, I would have been part of the early wave, but at this point they've been established and vetted, and they're not that popular. They're not that well received, and I didn't ask for them. At this point, it's like, okay, I need to be mindful. Someone actually just sent me, there was a recent video I did this in, I don't remember what it was. Oh, the first log. As a response to the first log, one of my viewers, thank you by the way, sent me a podcast with Adam Grant about how to say no to things. And I listened to it today. It was great. I loved Adam Grant. I love Adam Grant. I have a bunch of his books. But it's a conversation about how to say no effectively and the weight and pressure we put on ourselves. So, I mean, again, I've been getting better at managing all of that going forward, but I still have to deal with the past 4 or 5 years of not saying no all the time. So anyways, that's kind of a bit of a tangent. The point is, the Gencon experiment is done for right now. It doesn't mean I'm not playing the rest of the games. It just means that I have like a lot of pressure on myself to do it all this week, to just make as much happen this week. And I'm happy I did. But now I have other things I need to get to. There's upcoming crowdfunding coverage that is not from my Gencon haul that I need to get to. I'm reading the reviews for Mercurial. I can't remember the name. There's a game called Mercurial something. I'm in the middle of the rulebook for that. It looks pretty cool. I'll have to play that soon. There's another game, Escape from Mars, I need to play or learn and then play. So there's a lot of things that I still need to get to, and I'm just making my way through it all as ideally as I can. anyways, that's gonna be a wrap to week 4. Next week, I'm gonna be focusing on gratitude. It might be a shorter vlog. I don't know, because I ramble a lot, and this vlog series, I'm giving myself permission to ramble, but it might be a shorter vlog, we'll see. What I do know is that I have this concept that I try to always be diligent on. I'm not always diligent on, but I try to be, where effectively you try to focus on things to be grateful for each day. And if you do so, it really reminds you, because I like my life, but I also spend a lot of time on the things that bog me down, and focusing on the things that you like and finding new things daily to focus on. It really reminds you of all the things you can be grateful for. So that's what next week is going to be. Week 5 is going to be gratitude. This vlog series is just going to go forever long. I find it interesting, by the way. So I don't know if that means going for, I don't know, however long I find it interesting. So as long as I have an interesting idea, we'll have a vlog series. And maybe there'll be hiatuses. Maybe it'll go away for 4 weeks and then come back because I have an interesting idea for week 9. That happens to be week 17. Who really knows? For right now, it's just an opportunity to have different kinds of content on the channel and something that I find interesting. But in any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co. Appreciate you being here. And as always, I hope you have a good one.